The White House has distanced itself from a $300 million £228 million contract awarded to a tiny Montana firm to help reconstruct Puerto Rico's power grid. The press secretary spoke out as President Donald Trump asked his Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke if he had any role in the Whitefish energy deal. Federal authorities have expressed significant concerns about the deal, and are reviewing the contract. Some 75% of Puerto Ricans have no power 5 weeks after Hurricane Maria. At Friday's daily White House briefing, questions persisted over why a little-known, 2-year-old firm with no experience of work on this scale was awarded the contract so quickly. Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders told reporters the federal government has nothing to do with this contract. She said they would look forward to the results of an ongoing audit. The press secretary deflected a question about campaign donations made by a major Whitefish investor to the Trump campaign and allied groups during the 2016 election. Ms. Sanders also revealed that Mr. Trump asked Mr. Zinke at the White House earlier on Friday just for clarification purposes if he had any role in the process. Mr. Zinke has already acknowledged he knows Whitefish Energy's chief executive. They hail from the same small town in Montana. But the Interior Secretary has denied any involvement in the Puerto Rico deal. On Friday, Mr. Zinke reiterated once again that we have no role, the federal government, and specifically he had no role in that contract, according to the press secretary. Claims by PREPA, the U.S. territory's main utility, that the Federal Emergency Management Agency FEMA reviewed the deal have been contradicted. The contract states that PREPA hereby represents and warrants that FEMA has reviewed and approved of this contract. It also says FEMA confirmed this contract is in an acceptable form to qualify for funding from FEMA or other U.S. governmental agencies. But in an email to reporters on Thursday night, FEMA denied that. It said any language in any contract between PREPA and Whitefish that states FEMA approved that contract is inaccurate. FEMA also said it has significant concerns with how PREPA procured this contract and has not confirmed whether the contract prices are reasonable. Its review is ongoing, but the disaster agency warned that contracts not in compliance with their regulations risk not being reimbursed by FEMA for their disaster costs. Critics have queried why Puerto Rican authorities did not seek aid from other public utility companies, as is custom during disasters. It is unclear what would happen if FEMA refused to pay. Walt Green, a former director of the U.S. National Center for Disaster Fraud, told BBC News it is impossible to say at this stage who is responsible for costs. Any dispute may result in appeals, administrative hearings and lawsuits, he added. Puerto Rican authorities initially said FEMA would pay for the deal. They are now seeking to assure the public there is nothing illegal about the contract. PREPA and the Puerto Rican government are saddled with massive debts. The Power Authority declared bankruptcy in July. Neither PREPA nor the Puerto Rican governor's office nor Whitefish Energy returned multiple BBC emails requesting comment. The U.S. House of Representatives Natural Resources Committee, which has jurisdiction over the Caribbean island, is also scrutinizing the contract. On Friday, top Democrats from that panel and the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee sent a letter requesting the Department of Homeland Security's Inspector General launch an investigation. The correspondence follows similar requests from other members of Congress to the Interior Department's Inspector General. Puerto Rico's governor has also ordered an audit.